back to my channel. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the love and support I am receiving from you guys. So moving forward, as you can see, I have on all red, and guess what? Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. This is where this look is coming from, and if you stay tuned and keep watching, trust me, you will see how I did this, and you'll be able to slay this look like I slayed it, okay? Because I actually love it. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Yo, I'm feeling myself. I don't even want to take it off. I love it. I love it. You see it. I know y'all see it. Before we move on to the tutorial, because I'm telling you, y'all gonna love it just like I do. I used the brand new palette that I purchased from a black-owned business right here in Philadelphia. You guys, please support your black businesses. If they are professional and you can see that they have quality, give it a try. No matter what the price is, just give it a try. This palette is all of that. It's called Forever Mine, and it's by this company called Lula Kollection. And bam. And let me tell y'all about this palette. It is all that, okay? Let me show you this palette. Y'all see these colors? Amazing, right? Amazing. Simply amazing, right? I can't help myself. I just can't. Look at this yellow. It's called Kiss Me. Look at it. And yes, I used it for this tutorial, so don't talk about how the palette look, because yes, it is a little messy. I'm going to wipe it down. But look at this. Look at this. Look at how this is coming out. These are the brighter colors in the palette. Look at the color payback. They give me more of like Morphe and Juvia's Place vibes. It's a great product. I'm gonna give you one thing that I had a problem with the palette, and just to make myself clear, I am not a paid sponsor by this company. I bought this palette with my hard-earned money, got receipts to prove it. You know, because I wanted to give it a try, because I am open to trying anything at least once. So I wanted to give this company a try and see how the products are. I have two palettes from their last launch, and I have this brand new one that they just came out. So this is their third launch with a different palette. And let me tell you something. The products are amazing. The lip colors are amazing. The payback of how things come off, as you can see, is amazing. The only issue that I have is that the glitters in the palettes, because clearly I'm wearing the glitter out of the palette, it has a lot of fallout, a whole lot of fallout. I would recommend a setting spray or something to, you know, moisture the product up a little bit, so that way you can be able to distribute it across the eye, because I had a lot of fallout. That was a big issue, and I had to really like take my, you know, re-prep my skin and everything, because I had to use the makeup wipes to get the product off. But I'm gonna tell you right now, once it's on, it's on. I have opened and closed my eyes all day today, and let me tell you something about this look. My shadow, as you can see, it did not crease, it did not move. So I'm gonna say right now, this palette is all that. Go get you one. Follow them on Instagram at Lula Kollection. So if you guys are interested, here's the name of the palette. I'll put it in the description bar for you to follow them. Be sure to follow me too, because I'm telling you, this palette is all that, and it's simply amazing. If you want to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. And let's get into it, y'all. So I'll be using my ABH Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Ebony, along with my liner brush by Meg, the number 266. I will also be using my dual end brush by ABH as well, the number 20, and I'll be using a pure aloe vera gel to brush my brows in place and to set them, because my brows are pretty long and I need them to kind of be like flat for me to achieve this look. I'll include the information in the description bar. All right, for this part, you guys, you want to just follow the shape of your brow to start to line the brow, and, you know, start from bottom to top, and then, or however your preference is, and then you want to start to fill it in. Once you fill it in, then you want to make sure you use the spoolie brush to blend out the front of the brow. You don't want them to look really boxy or super dark. All right, now you want to take your favorite concealer and your favorite concealer brush and just kind of trace around the brow to clean up the brows to give it more of a structure and sharper look. Alright, you guys, I'll be using my Morphe eyeshadow primer to prime my eyelids, and I'm going to be using my fingers to kind of set this product all over the eye area. Alright, you guys, I'm going to be using my Josie Maran concealer stick in the shade Dark 1, and I'm going to be using it as a base for my eyelid to help the eyeshadows pop a little bit more. Sorry about the mirror, guys. I just needed to be up close and personal so I could see what I was doing. But as you can see now, I'm just applying it all over the eye area. Alright, you guys, as you can see, I'm using a small concealer brush to kind of blend out the concealer and so that there's no harsh edges, but I'm also making sure that I'm blending all around the eye area so that way when I apply the shadows, everything pops and it is pretty much flawless. So I went ahead and used my Real Techniques blending sponge to make sure that it was blended out a little bit more because I didn't want to see any like streaks or lines in the concealer that I used to set on my eyes. Alright, now I'm going to be using my BenNye translucent setting powder and a Real Techniques angled highlighting brush to set the concealer in place. Next, I'm going to be using my loose face powder by MAC in the shade Dark Deep and my Makeup Forever blending brush to apply it in my brow area and transitional area of my eyes, giving the eyeshadows a more of a blending effect. That way it looks very seamless. Moving on to the fun part, so I'm going to be using my Lula Kollection Forever Mind palette. And as you can see, them colors are gorgeous, right? The first shade I'm going to be using is the Sweet Lover palette, which is the oranger shade in the corner there. And I'm going to be using my Morphe 576 brush to apply it in my transitional area and a little bit above my crease. Next, I will be using the same Morphe brush to apply another shade called Cupid's Arrow in the palette into my crease and my transitional area as well. You want to make sure you blend for the guides, applying those two colors, give it more of like a nice redder tone, but it's going to also bring out the eyeshadow a little bit more as well. Alright, next I'm going to be using the shade Eternity in the palette, which is like a black shade. And I'm going to be using my Morphe 505 brush to apply it into the crease area of my eye. You can add as much of the product as you like. It's all about your preference and how you want to execute this look. And you just want to make sure you blend all the way over because we're going to be moving on to a next step as we get further down the line. Now I'm going to be cutting my crease with my concealer using my Inglot 22T brush. Kind of want to make sure that you wing out the cut crease just a tiny bit, not a whole lot, but just a little bit, and just to give it a little bit more dimension. I'm just using a little bit of BenNye translucent setting powder to set the concealer. Next, I'm going to be using my flat eyeshadow brush by Makeup Forever to apply another shadow in the palette called Heartthrob. And when applying this shadow, you want to just make sure you use light tapping motions to apply it all over the area where you cut the crease. And you just want to take your time and build as you go. It's totally up to you how much product you want and how much product you don't want. So just take your time. Alright, moving on, I will be using the pressed glitter in the palette called Rose Petals, and I will be applying it to the eye, and I'm slowly just kind of tapping it on and just making sure that I can get it to spread evenly across the area where I've cut my crease and over top of the eyeshadow as well. So you just want to take your time and just kind of really pack it on there as best as you can. Like I recommended earlier, is to use a like a Fix Plus spray or something to give the product a little moisture, so that way it doesn't have to decrease the fallout rather. So you just want to press it on there as much as you can or as much as you like. And eventually I started to use my fingers to press it, and it worked out a little bit better that way as well. Unfortunately, you guys, I wasn't able to fill my lashes and liner. I do apologize for that. Moving on to my face primer, I'm using the Too Faced Replenishing Face Primer. And then I'm going to be moving on to my foundation, which is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation by NARS in the shade Dark 2 New Caledonia. I will be applying my foundation with my Real Techniques foundation brush. So you want to continue to blend out your foundation. I'm using my Real Techniques foundation brush to do so. And you can just add as much product as you like. It's totally up to you as to how you like your coverage of your foundation. Then I'm switching over to my Real Techniques blending sponge. And I'm just going to finish blending out my foundation and getting into the parts that I couldn't get into before when I was just using the brush. Alright, you guys, I'm going to be using my Josie Maran Concealer Stick in the shade Dark 1. And I'm going to be applying it under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and also my chin. That's places where all the light draws more attention to. And you just want to make sure that you apply it all over the face. Now I'm going to be blending it out with using my Real Techniques blending sponge. And I'm going to make sure that I am using tapping motions to make sure that this doesn't leave any lines of demarcation. Next, I will be setting that highlight with my Makeup Forever brush. I will put the name of this brush in the description bar below. And I am going to be using my BenNye translucent setting powder in translucent to set my highlight. Moving on to the eyeliner, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild 7-inch kohl pencil in the shade Black to line my waterline. Now moving on, I'm going to be using my Morphe pencil brush and dipping back into the Forever Mine palette using the shade Cupid's Arrow to apply under my eyes right up under the black eyeliner. I'm going to smoke it out a bit. And then next, I'm going to be using another shade in the palette called Flirt, which is the purple shade under Wifey. And I'm just going to be making sure I apply that under the eye as well. Alright, now that I've applied my foundation and concealer and I set it with a powder, I'm going to be using my MAC Loose Face Powder in the shade Dark Deep. And I'm going to apply that all over my face using the Inglot 36 BJF brush. Now using that same Inglot powder brush, I'm going to be using my two BenNye powders that I mixed together in Ebony and Nutmeg. And I'll be using that to apply around the cheekbones and chin areas of my face, on the sides of my forehead, just to give my face some more structure and definition, so my face isn't so flat and round. Next, I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics brush and my BenNye loose powder in the shade Ebony to apply as my contour all around my face. Next, I'll be using my Makeup Forever straight blending brush to contour my nose using the shade Ebony in my BenNye translucent powders. Alright, moving on to the highlighter, I will be using my Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in the shade Bronze Glow using my Morphe highlighting brush. I will have the name of that brush in the description bar below. And I will be applying the highlighter on my cheekbones, on my nose, the bridge of my nose, and above my lip. I will also be using a random pencil brush that I had sitting around from a brush set that I ordered off of Amazon to apply a little bit of that Bronze Glow highlighter by Bobbi Brown in the inner tear duct area of my eye. Now moving on to my lips, I will be using the Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in the shade Drop Dead Red. This is actually one of my favorite lipsticks to use. It is my favorite color. I love everything about this lipstick, and it lasts all day long, you guys. I would definitely say if you like this lipstick, like I like this color lipstick, I would go get you one. It's definitely worth the money. I love this lipstick. It's so pigmented. And last but not least, I will be spritzing my face using the MAC Fix Plus spray in Rose. And finally, my newly found favorite, which is Too Faced 3-in-1 Hangover Setting and Replenishing Spray to completely set my face. And you guys, that is the final look, and we're done.